Hello BookTube, it's Ben here from the History Fellow channel. Here today with a book review video. It's called Peleliu. It's taken me a little while to try and work out the right pronunciation for that, but I'm pretty sure it's Peleliu. Written by Joseph Whelan, published by Osprey Publishing. You can visit them at ospreypublishing.com. I shall leave a link down below this video. If you want to get yourself a copy, you can feel free to do so. It's priced at £25 if you're in the UK, or you can get it US $30 and Canadian $40. But it's about 340 pages long in hardback form. There's the cover and the spine. But yeah, it's an excellent book that follows the Operation Stalemate, where the American army in World War II kind of hopped from island to island to try and take each one back from the Japanese. The Japanese, which were fantastic fighters, really well trained, and kind of put up an extraordinary fight, really, and used to fight really well, both defensively and offensively. But I find here in the UK, there tends to be not so many books written about the Pacific side of World War II, whilst we normally tend to get Pearl Harbor stuff or Battle of the Midway. What was the other? Oh, Iwo Jima. We tend to hear about those, but then kind of not really any of the battles from the smaller islands. And I think this book helps to kind of rectify the learning and the knowledge here in the UK. I found the book to be fascinating. The author, Joseph Whelan, really writes an easy to read book, well balanced, and he works from contemporary sources to recent sources, and throughout the book there's plenty of references to various speeches and different accounts of soldiers that actually fought in the battle. And actually there's quite a good Japanese section as well in it as well. You learn about, what was it? The mortars. You're going to learn about the heavy defense by the Japanese, flamethrowers. It's all really good, and I think the Americans went into the battle expecting this to be, oh, well, it's only going to take a couple of days, maybe 4 or 5 at the most. And I think the Japanese were so good and heavily embedded on the island that it ended up taking about 75 days to the Americans to actually win. There's a number of issues throughout the book, obviously not I mean to the situation, but it seems like there was very little coordination, or there was kind of like rivalry between like the US Marine Corps and the Army. And you often find that in battles. I mean, when we read about the lead up to D-Day and that sort of thing, with various operations and battles, there was often conflict between the Army and the RAF, or the Navy, who was going to supply what, whether they'd do it in fact, or who was going to take control. And it seems like this was the case here. And some of the men that kind of stand out from the book, there's US Marine Corps General Rupert, I think his name was. Then there's MacArthur and Nimitz. They kind of all get a mention. General Rupertus eventually gets sacked, and it just shows you how there's always two sides to the story, and one wants this way done and the other person wants it done the other way, and that there always seems to be a little bit of conflict on how things are done. But it's written very well in the book, and I think the author Joseph Whelan does it in a very balanced way, and it certainly adds to the story and furthers your knowledge of the story as well. But overall, the book is really good, and I personally found it an excellent read. There's a number of black and white photos in here, and also some coloured ones from, I think it's from Life magazine, which kind of really do stand out from the black and white pictures, because the couple of colour ones really do look excellent drawings, and certainly add to the story and kind of the impact of this particular battle or operation. But all in all, it's an excellent book. As I said, it was about 340 pages long. It's in hardback. And yeah, it took me about three, maybe 4 days to get through it. And it was a really good read, as I said, but certainly worth buying a copy if you're into the Pacific region of World War II. You'll quite enjoy this one and get plenty of information from it. And as it says, I'll leave a link to it. It's available from ospreypublishing.com, and I shall leave a link below this video. Price £25 here in the UK, $30 in the US, or 40 Canadian dollars. And that's Bitter Peleliu, or Peleliu, written by Joseph Whelan and published by Osprey Publishing. Certainly a good book to read. Anyway, that's the end of that little book review. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the book or the review, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy history books and learning all about history, then please feel free to subscribe. And I shall see you very soon for another video. So thank you very much and take care.